Hi, this is Thunder E from Booredatwork.com, and today I'll be doing some benchmark tests on the Galaxy S3. I have the AT&T version here on the left and the T-Mobile version here on the right. So let's go ahead. Let's pick our first benchmark test. And our first test will be with Antutu. You can see some previous tests here, but we'll run them again. And just from our previous tests, the AT&T version scored 5159 and the T-Mobile version scored 4766. But we'll run it again for you, so let's do that. Begin test. Start test. So we'll run that, and after that we'll do a quadrant test, and final benchmark with this video will be speed test between 4G LTE on the Samsung Galaxy S3 on AT&T and HSPA plus 42 megabits per second on the T-Mobile Samsung Galaxy S3. So our test is wrapped up here. You can see the total score. The AT&T version 5223, T-Mobile version 5020. So not far off, pretty similar. But of course, we're running the Snapdragon S4 processor. Okay, so let's move on to our next benchmark test. We're using Quadrant standard. Open it up. Run a full benchmark again. AT&T here on the left, T-Mobile on the right. Run our benchmark test. So it shows our scores. Look at the AT&T version, your device 3398, and that's behind the Switch Transformer Prime and the international HTC One X. Of course, these are quad-core devices. This is Snapdragon S4, and our T-Mobile version 3315, which is slightly behind, of course, our AT&T version, but of course behind the Transformer Prime and the HTC One X, which are both quad-core power devices. So these are our quadrant results. Read it as you will, but I think they're pretty much similar match there. So finally, let's do a speed test. So a final part of our benchmark test, so we're doing a speed test using the Speed Test Net app. AT&T again on the left, T-Mobile on the right. Let's go ahead, begin speed tests. AT&T 4G LTE, T-Mobile HSPA plus 42 megabits. See what we have here. Right now the T-Mobile version is struggling, which shouldn't be the case. Not sure exactly why. But our AT&T just rounded up 17 for downloads, uploads at 13. T-Mobile's 5 for downloads, and roughly, should finish in a second, 1.1 for uploads. Do a second one. Both of them have servers in New York City, so should be good. AT&T just finished at 20 megabits per second download, 10 megabits per second uploads. Now again, speed tests vary on location, and these are not usual typical speeds for T-Mobile with 5 or 6. Like I said, I've been using it. I was getting an average of about 12 to 14. So you know, maybe a lot of T-Mobile users are using the network right now since they use a lot of data. So anyway, you see the speed test there. You can make judgments for yourself, but again, especially with wireless speed test, it's depending on location and area. So this is not really true scientific test of results, but we do have our quadrant scores there. They're both similar, especially in quadrant scores. 3389 for AT&T and it's 3310 for T-Mobile. In terms of Antutu, slightly higher for the AT&T version, but again, it's still very close and similar ballpark. So there you have it. You have your speed test, your benchmarks, guys. You know, you have any questions in the comments, let us know. Again, we benchmarked the AT&T Samsung Galaxy S3 versus the T-Mobile Galaxy S3 with 2 benchmark scores for Antutu and Quadrant, and the speed test scores using the speedtest.net. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe to all our pages on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Is all Booredatwork with 2 O's. So it's Thundy saying thank you, and always enjoy entertainment.